Hi, Jana. Look what came in the mail today. Actually, it came yesterday. I sent it to Morgan's house because bringing stuff to my house is sometimes hard. Hey, Mom, here's how the cups look. This one's yours. Yeah, a lot more clear than I thought, actually. I was a little concerned. This is a little more pale than I would like. But shout out to Tag Tribes, Mark Shaw. I need to start remembering to do that a bit more. Hi, Nina. Mark Shaw had gotten on about a week ago and warned us that Periscope's going to make it to where you can fast forward on the replays, meaning you need something in constant view that says who you are. Good morning, Nina. I'm on early, but the babies are quiet, so I thought I should jump on while I can. So if you wanted a cup, I've had one pre-order already. That just has all the information on it. Where you can find me in the website. The Wolfden Press website's being resurrected, but it's not quite ready yet. This is where you can get a cup, how you can get it. It's $14. That includes shipping, whether you're in the U.S. or Canada. I don't think it's gonna. Yeah, I put Halloween because it's so happy Halloween, guys. So I put when you put the hashtag Halloween in your title, you get bats. Some people have been doing it all month, but I just thought I would do it today. That's how you get a cup. My name is Michelle Wolf. I'm at CaddyshackDesigns.com. I do coaching for sensitive folk, spiritual people, healers, and helper types. Hi, Natasha. How are those samples working out for you? This is the website. I'll have Wolfden Press up, which is where all my books and writings and stuff are. And the two will, there'll be a button on each website. I don't know, but turkeys would be really cute. This is a list of stuff I do. Coaching, Reiki, cat home design, and Desire Map workshops. And Desire Map coaching can be done individually as well. And on that topic, just real quick business stuff before we get to our reading for today. Turkeys would be adorable. I mentioned Tag Tribes. Tag Tribes is a group. You'll see the hashtags most often, Tag Tribes and Perry Girls. I don't know what this spotlight is. I need to speak to the management. Hey, Heidi. Tag Tribes and Perry Girls are two groups that I use most often for Periscope support. So if you're working on business and you're using Periscope as a tool for anything really, Tag Tribes and Perry Girls can offer a lot of instruction and a lot of support. Good morning. Happy Halloween. We got bats today. Bats in our belfries today. And then my coaching, you can find out about it at caddyshackdesigns.com/coaching. All the information is there, but I don't sell packages. I do pay-as-you-go. Coaching is expensive, and I don't like the monthly packages because you can lose what you've paid for. It's a little bit like daycare. You use it or lose it, and I'm not real fond of that because growth is not linear. Sometimes you need 4 sessions a month. Sometimes you need nothing for 2 or 3 months because it ebbs and flows. Yeah, I just try to make it more accessible to people. So my coaching is $100 an hour. That's recorded on the phone or by Skype. But it's pay as you go. You can save a little money if you buy a chunk. Yeah, but you don't have to. If you want to buy one session and see how that goes, and budgetary reasons or whatever, but if you're paying for a $300 or $400 a month package and you don't use your sessions, because sometimes when we're growing, we do a big burst of activity and then we stop. So in the times where you stop, I don't want you to lose out on something you've already paid for. So that's how my coaching works. It's pay as you go, buy the session. Same as Reiki. My Reiki sessions are $45 or pay as you go. You can save money if you buy a chunk of 3. But you don't have to. You can buy a session whenever you freaking feel like it. And occasionally we do here free. I'm going to try and remember to do that once a month. The only other business thing is the next Desire Map workshop is in January. Ticket sales stop, I think, January 5th, because I have to have time to send you the materials, but I think the workshop doesn't start till the 19th. So if you're just joining, one more thing on the cup. This is me, my website, my name, and credentials, which really don't mean a whole lot to everybody. Some people it matters, but website and my Twitter, Periscope, and Instagram handle. And not hard to find though. But the cups are available for $14. The Desire Map Workshop is $345 for 5 weeks of group coaching. An hour and a half a week, plus a hard copy workbook, plus 2 essential oil bottles. The little ones have about 40 drops each in them. And a little notebook and some art cards and some fun. The people who go through the workshops do experience shifts. The people going through now have already experienced a lot of shifting. So that's kind of a nice 5-week burst of activity. They get, you get Stress Away and Citrus Fresh. And we use those in every session during a relaxation exercise. So it comes with a lot. And group coaching is cheaper than individual coaching. 5 hour-and-a-half sessions of individual coaching would cost you $500, $600, $750. So it's like half price, about half price. Plus there's a group dynamic that's really cool that I like. Anyway, last time you can get the cups here, $14, no shipping. Send it to singingwolf.com via PayPal. All right, enough with the business. The business stuff is the most boring. I do not. I could use Periscope, I guess, but I don't have the bandwidth to support more than one person at a time on Skype. And then it would be harder to record. I use freeconferencecalling.com so that people can just call in and I record it and you get all your recordings of all the sessions. If I had better internet service, I could use Skype. Okay. For people following along in the work Zoom, I have heard about that. I'll check into that. Jana, thanks for the reminder. I'd heard about it and then forgot. Let me jot it down on my list. Oh, and thank you for being here. I don't know where my pen went. Zoom.us. That just happened because I ripped apart a thank you note to make some notes. So, for people following along in the Course in Miracles workbook, what we do here every day is we read a section from, I love you too, Robert Holden's book, Holy Shift. So we're jumping around, we're not in order. Today's lesson is 304 from the workbook part 2, if you're following along in the giant book. Section 1, verses 3 through 5. I didn't bring the big book with me because I'm still a little gimpy and I didn't want to carry too much heavy stuff. But the meat of it is here. And it says, for October 31st, Happy Halloween. Perception is a mirror, not a fact. And what I look on is my state of mind reflected outward. We come to this topic almost every day because it's so important. I would bless the world by looking on it through the eyes of Christ. You could say that through the eyes of love, through the eyes of spirit, through the eyes of kindness, and through the eyes of compassion. And looking at the world through the eyes of love and the eyes of compassion includes looking at yourself that way. Perception, what you see in the world, is a mirror, not a fact. That's hard to remember if something's going on. If something's up for you, it's hard to remember that it's a map. It's a mirror, not a fact. And what you are seeing is information about your state of mind. Not that you're being punished by the universe. It's not that you are a bad person in this lifetime or a previous lifetime. It's just a reflection of what's going on in your mind right now. Hello, Linda. The cups are here, Linda. Let me read that again. Perception is a mirror. Perception of the world that we see when we wake up in the morning, the world that we see when we're driving in traffic, the world that we see when we're looking at our coworkers and our relatives and our friends is a mirror. If you see a lot of loving people around you, give yourself some credit that that's a mirror. Singing Wolf, 2 F's, at singingwolf@gmail.com. Whoops. $14, no shipping. I can cover the shipping. I'll cover the shipping, no problem. I got them on sale. I'm going to pass the savings on to you. When you see negative stuff, it's information. When you see positive stuff, it's information. I feel like we give ourselves lots of we give ourselves negative feedback when we see negative stuff in our environment. We start to blame ourselves. It's not meant to be blaming. It's meant to be information for you, so you kind of know where you're at in your head, because we have blind spots and we can lie to ourselves a lot, and we sort of minimize the truth and shade things a little bit so that we can continue to be lost in our dream, and that's okay. It's just what we do. She says. Avery, here, crackers, baby. Works every time. Crackers for toddlers. So when you look at your life objectively and you see, pardon me, I'm here and I need some crackers. When you see negative stuff, don't beat yourself up about it. It's just information. So it's just a baseline. So if you want to know where you're at in life, take a look around. See who's around you. I can't wait till they have their little Georgia accents. And use it as a scientist would, as a baseline of information. Okay, it is October 31st, 2015. Let me make some notes about where I'm at. I see some negative people. I see some positive people. So that balance gives me an indicator of where I'm at. I've got some good stuff going on in my life. I've got some not so good stuff going on in my life. And that gives me a picture of where I'm at in my thoughts. Because my world reflects my thoughts. It's not actually changing all the time. What I see is changing all the time. If you have, let me see if I can do this. If you have all these different objects in your environment, okay, the ones that you see indicate what you're thinking about. Because if I tell you to experiment with your room right now and say to yourself over and over again, the color red, 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 and look around, you'll see the red things pop out. You can do the same thing in a few minutes with the color blue. Just repeat blue, 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 blue. Look around your room and the blue stuff will pop out. So the red and blue stuff didn't change. It's not like red disappeared and then blue appeared. It's just what you see. It's just what you notice. It's science. You can replicate that with anybody, anywhere. So when you're thinking about, say that you're thinking about buying a new car for Christmas. Just for fun, let's say it's a Jaguar. And you're thinking about a Jaguar and you're thinking about how cool that would be and thinking about the leather seats and how much fun that would be to have a Jaguar, and you don't think about the high insurance costs or how much repairs are. You just don't even think about that. You're thinking about a particular new car. If you think about it, you've noticed in the past where all of a sudden you see that car everywhere. All of a sudden, everywhere you go, you're seeing Jaguars or Explorers or Lotuses. You don't see too many Lotuses. Or Maseratis. I have seen a couple, but that's pretty rare. But even thinking about buying a VW Bug, that's blue. All of a sudden, that's all you see. They're everywhere. where you didn't even see them before. But because it's up in your awareness, you're seeing them all over the place. Same thing with situations. Work, family, money, your house. Okay? If you're feeling positive about this stuff, the positive aspects of them all will be in the forefront. They'll be bigger, so you see more of them. And the more you focus on those positive aspects, the more you see. And the same thing in reverse. If all you think about your house is that it's really an ugly shade of pink, and it's really kind of skinny, and it doesn't have enough room in it, then things just start to seem more and more horrible. It's really simple. It's really hard to practice, especially when things are painful. That's all you see. If every day you go home and you're like, I hate this shitty house. It's too small. I don't have enough room for stuff. It's the wrong color. I don't like neon pink. You could instead think, this house, maybe I have too much stuff. Maybe I could get rid of some stuff. Maybe I could open the windows more. Maybe I could buy some paint. And maybe it's okay the way it is right now because it's in a good location. It's affordable. It's near my friends and family. It's near things that I like to do. There's like all these positive things that you could focus on about your house rather than that you hate the stinky color. If you notice the one or two bad things, and I promise you, if you sit down and make a list about something you're hating on and get it out of your system and then make a list of things you appreciate, your appreciation list is going to be bigger. It might only be one bigger, but it's almost always a lot bigger, the things that are positive, the things you can appreciate. Because everything's a mix. It's not going to be perfect. I read an article this morning about how frustrating it is. Ooh, which part? Oh, the appreciation and the negatives list. Yeah. First, make what you don't appreciate. Yeah, get it out of your system. Write down how much you hate your husband. It is. We're taking advantage of it. One's got her mouth stuffed full of crackers, and the other one has an airborne container that she's busy putting the lid in and out of. So make a list of all the things that are crappy at your job or with your husband or whatever. And then once you get that out of your system, you'll find that you naturally just kind of take a deep breath when you're at the end of it. You're like, I hate the way he breathes. I hate the clothes he wears, or your boss or whatever. I hate the way he smells. I hate the way he talks to me. I hate his crooked front tooth. I mean, you can put everything that you hate. I hate the kind of lunch he brings. I hate that he burns the microwave, popcorn in the microwave and makes the whole building stink. I mean, just write everything down that you hate about your job or your situation. As you're doing it, you'll feel it, let that emotion come up and just blah, 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 get it down on paper. And then you'll find yourself just kind of naturally take a deep breath when you get to the end of it. At that point, make your appreciation list. The cup in the top shelf, yes. So I have to focus. For those of you who don't know, my husband has a tendency when he unloads the dishwasher, he puts the cups on the very top shelf. I can't reach that. And invariably, my favorite coffee cup is up there. So I have some options. I could get pissed about it, which I have in the past, or I could pull over a chair and get my cup, or I could just drink out of a different cup. And what I need to focus on is the fact that I didn't have to unload the dishwasher. Somebody else did it. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. There's way more things to appreciate than there are to depreciate. And the more you focus on the things you appreciate, you start to relax. As you start to relax, different opportunities can come to you. Or people can leave. Your boss could get fired or transferred. Or you could get fired or transferred. Being fired is not the worst thing that can happen to you. Sometimes it sets you free. You just don't know. But making lists... Okay, let me back up. So let's bottom line it. When you make a list of things that you hate, you clear the way to see the things that you love. Yes. You release it when you write it. As you focus on more appreciation, you pave the way for change. Nothing changes until we accept it 100%. Hold on, just one second. What? Baby. Here, baby. Here, baby. You're welcome. You're welcome. They say ta-ta now for thank you. We're not going to think about what else ta-ta means. Silly toddlers. Does that make sense? As long as you're seeing only the things you don't like, you can't free yourselves up to receive anything different. Focusing on what you like about a crappy job, you need to get a Harry Potter pen. Michelle, the reading, let me read it again for you guys. Perception is a mirror. It's not a fact. It can be changed. You can change your perception, which change your facts. Yeah, it sounds like die. She's like, die. When you leave, you're like, ooh, that's not very nice. And it's so cute because she gets so excited now. She's all, die. I'm like, oh. Let's work on that buh sound. Buh. Perception is a mirror, not a fact. Changing your perception is your only point of power. What I look on is my state of mind reflected outward. It's just information. Don't judge yourself for it. Don't beat yourself up for it. It's just letting you know where you're at. Just like if you're going on a diet, when I don't recommend that you keep a scale in the house if it's a problem for you, but if you're going on a diet, you weigh yourself to get a baseline of where you're at. It should be that simple. It's really not that simple for most people, but it is Halloween and all. Yeah, right, yeah. I would bless the world by looking on it through the eyes of Christ, the eyes of love. The more you bless your world by looking on your world, your immediate environment, with eyes of love, the more the things you love will expand. Situations can change so quick when people make this breakthrough. I've seen it in myself 100 times. I've seen it in clients over and over again. If I have a client, a therapy client or a coaching client, I don't do therapy anymore, just coaching. But when people make that shift, either just a couple of different things happen. Either the job doesn't bother them anymore. They've learned to love what they can about it, and they're okay. The crappy coworker or the crappy supervisor goes away. They get transferred to another department, or they just flat leave, or they get fired. Or that person gets offered an upgrade, a promotion, a different department, a new place to live, a great opportunity. Bottom line, if you do the work, it will change, and it always changes for the better. Because there's sometimes in the beginning of this work, you're like, well, yeah, it might change a bit, it might change and get worse. It won't. Not if you're doing this kind of work. So, perception is a mirror, not a fact. Changing your perception changes your facts. I work in a shitty job. Okay, well, change your perception of that. I work in a job that gives me a paycheck, pays my bills right now. I like that I'm employed. I like that I have health insurance. There's 1 out of 10 coworkers that I like, and I think they're funny, and I like having lunch out downtown or whatever, all the things that you can find. That changes your facts. Yes, but you're changing your facts. Jana, your facts are already changing because you're getting clients. They're not the greatest clients, but they are clients, and that's an indication of progress and an indication of what is going to continue to grow, and you'll fine-tune it as you go along. Yeah, and we still need to know your rates for VA services because some of us may need that at some point. Yesterday, the doc told my husband that he needs to get his ideal weight because of his knee. That's a tough one. Arthritis is worse with sugar. Promise you that. He's never been thin. He may never be thin. I'm wondering if he took out the foods that cause people flare-ups, like sugar and sometimes tomatoes and stuff like that. Too many onions. Yeah, or he can look at it as, gluten. Yeah, you can take the gluten out and see what happens. Yeah, so there's a million different ways to look at that too. Well, yeah, that's a stressful thing to have happen. Is that making sense? It's what we talk about every day. Research inflammatory foods. Yeah. I sent Linda yesterday The Grain Brain by Dr. Perlmutter and The Paleo Diet by Rob Wolf with 1F. Inflammatory foods. Apple cider vinegar is another one that you can add to your diet and helps arthritis. Wheat belly, that's a good one. Yep, the Wheat Belly book. Oh, that's funny. You both put that up at the same time. Oh, got a crier. Hold on. Oh yeah, apple cider vinegar is dressing, or you can make that apple cider vinegar, honey, water, and ice drink. That's not too bad. What you doing there? What you doing? Tearing up the house? Oh, I smell something suspicious over there. Why do they always poop when I'm scoping? Sorry, I didn't mean to gross you guys out. So, all right. We made it through the whole scope. That's my leg. That's a big old leg you're seeing. Oh, my ace bandage. Yeah. My big ace. A lot better. I'm using the cane if I'm getting around a whole lot, but I was able to drive down today. It was fine. It's sore like a bruise instead of like that stabbing pain that was constant. That's gone. So we're good. It's going to be good. I think that's all I've got. I cannot believe we made it through this whole scope without a baby on the table. All right, so I'll just leave you with that. That's your practical tool for dealing with perceptions that you don't like. No, he's hunting. He's hunting today. He doesn't come down with me very often. So here's an example. For him to come down and drive me down on Thursday, he had to take a day off. When he asked for a day off, they gave him 2 days off. As I don't know, a punishment. I don't know what that was about. They've been sending people home early because some of the equipment is broken, so he's been on short paychecks now for 4 weeks. So we were not happy to hear that not only were we going to lose, because it's easier for us to lose that income than for my daughter because she has clients. So if she cancels on her clients, she runs the risk of them not coming back. And she's at that snooty salon in Buckhead now. Yeah. So he went to work and said, I need to leave at 4 a.m. to be home by 5 so he can go take care of my grandkids. And they said, well, just go ahead and go home. And he had said he would be in late the next day. And they said, just don't come back till you're next. Yeah, so she really can't afford to cancel her clients at this stage in her transition to that salon. Steve Hightower Salon, by the way, if you're ever in the Buckhead area to get a haircut. Morgan Hood is her name. I thought it was pretty mean too. So what that means is today I have to not panic about finances. And the way I'm going to do that is what I just told you to do. I'm going to write down everything I hate about, the fluctuation. I don't know if you guys know, but it's trying to be introduced as a law that employers can't send you home without paying you for at least 4 hours. Because a lot of companies do that. They bring you in, then they decide, that they're too full for the day or whatever, and they send you home. Well, he has an hour commute each way, so that's like, wow, it just cost us money for you to go to work. But I'm going to deal with that today. Here, baby. Here, baby. By doing what I just told you to do. She is a top hairstylist and master colorist She's pretty far in her career for only being 27. But that's because she figured out what she wanted to do early, unlike the rest of us, who are like, I don't know what I want to do. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do that. Us multi-potentialites. So anyhow, I will sit and make a list of everything I'm frustrated about that related to money and financial situations and jobs and whatnot. Oh my God! Oh my God! That is horrible. Did you see what happened there? Oh, yeah. So I opened this and it just exploded all over everything. Let's see if it does it again. Oh yeah, it's just flying out. Here, stick this in your mouth. Oh, oh God, it's going every place. Here. Okay, so we're covering grape juice. It just went fountaining out of the thing and it didn't stop, so I'm super sticky right now. So I'll be making a list of things that I hate. I know, it's really gross. It's all over my feet too. And all over the carpet. We'll be dealing with that. And we got lists. I'll be making a list of the things that frustrate me. I know. And then I'll be making a list of the things that I appreciate. So right now I'm not liking being sticky and covered in grape juice and knowing there's a big giant mess down here and also a sticky baby. But I like that the sticky baby exists, which is the reason we had a thing of grape juice floating around in the first place. So there's grape juice everywhere. But if we didn't have cute babies, we wouldn't have grape juice to explode on us. So we'll focus on the cute babies. That's how it works. That's how you do it. Go ahead and think about all the crappy stuff first. Clear it out. Get it out of your system. Take your deep breath. And then remember, toddlerhood is temporary. Toddlerhood is temporary. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up. If you're sticking it out to the end of the replay, you can get a cup with the logo and my name on it. And the website and my Twitter handles and whatnots. Toddlerhood is temporary. That's our chant every Thursday and Saturday. And here's how you can get a cup. It's $14, free shipping. PayPal to singingwolf@gmail.com. $14. And I'll send them all out next week. I'm going to take my sticky self and go clean that up. And just remember that perception is a mirror, not a fact. You can change your perception, which will change your facts. Love you! Love you, love you. Kisses. Happy Halloween. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being so awesome. Ew, it is really sticky. Toddlerhood is temporary. Toddlerhood is temporary. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you tomorrow.